What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some of the data points, break it down what's moving it, and go over everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So NIO is up 2.03%, largely just piggybacking off the broader market's optimism. 498 the low, 503 the high, so still trading within a set range, but 13.4 million shares being traded, so rather low volume. There was a couple of things that did come out on the American side for macro data that is really hyping up the broader market. So one was existing home sales, the other one being Michigan consumer sentiment. So at the end of the day, I think the broader market's kind of gaining some good momentum, but a lot of that is artificial. As I have brought up in the past, algorithmic trading is the main culprit on what's kind of moving the market, including NIO. But in NIO's case, though, we got some good updates that the market loves to see. And so when it comes to NIO, nothing official, no press releases, no SEC filings, but generally there's about two things that the market loves. One shows demand, and so increased demand, market tends to like that, as well as new launches. So we did have this that came out. This is AI created, but goes to show potentially what might be coming out. You did have this, a couple new actual trademarks that were submitted way back in 2021, but I do believe that they were just actually approved. So NIO EF9, and then I guess 9 EF9. So in general, good stuff for that. So potentially a new launch might be announced for maybe 2026, 2027, something along those lines. And then the only other thing that came out was this. So Jason just puts in perspective on, I guess, the growing demand for the ES8, which we already kind of knew. But the first 10,000 units took about 41 days. The second 10,000, 29 days. The third, 19 days. So they definitely are becoming a little bit more efficient. And that, coming from an investor standpoint, is exactly what you want to see. So that's, for the most part, the big updates in the broader market. Regarding shorts, they're not really doing that much, despite today being quad witching. So most likely in the second half of the day, you should see a lot more volatility. But right now, shorts are increasing about 58,000 shares. 7.65% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 155.8 million shares overall being shorted. DTC being 2.79 days still does signal that shorts are relatively overextended. Looking at the options, 680,000 in calls, 447 in puts. So kind of matches with the common stock, low volume. But despite that though, 48% of all the options being done are so far bullish in nature. So kind of piggybacking off of the last couple trading days, the optimism. So good to see. From a bull standpoint, you see a consensus for it to be kind of roughly around 5 to 550 by the end of next week. Bears are anticipating for it to be sub 5. With today being Friday though, we do have pretty much 4 and 450. That's nothing, it's peanuts. But at the $5 strike price, there is 12,000. So as per usual, we might see shorts wake up in the second half of the day just to try to artificially suppress NIO below that 5. That way they will have it expire worthless, because market makers as well as shorts have a financial interest in kind of having most of this expire worthless. So don't be surprised, again, if you kind of see NIO just gradually get pushed a little bit lower, sub $5. But for right now, with it at 502, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. 492 is a strong support. Wasn't tested today. Yesterday it was, and it bounced off of that, so we know that's a good support level. Today, just watch for 506 and then that $5 range linked to the options. These are some of the transactions, or I guess lack thereof, on the secondary market. So no transactions occurring there. So as I mentioned at the very beginning, it's algorithmic trading that's really moving NIO and as well as the broader market. Dark pool seems to be a little bit more popular. And so you see some hold numbers, so that most likely is hedge funds. So 30,000, 100,000, 50,000, 50,000, so forth. So hedge funds are a little bit more active, so definitely good to see. Aside from that, from the technicals, it's still not looking too great. Right now, it is above that 10-day moving average. So that 10-day moving average is sitting at 501. Then you do have the next target being the 200, and that is 506, which matches with the fib levels. So that 506 is going to be pretty strong in my opinion, but nonetheless, if it can actually close above that 10-day moving average, I think that's going to be some pretty good successful progress towards having a nice recovery. Because over the last week and a half, NIO to be fully honest, it's been boring. Like, there really hasn't been that much in crazy news, speculative news coming out. The technicals kind of showed some signs of breaking out, but then it got artificially suppressed. So I think just the bigger entities out there just want NIO to be stagnant and just want it to trade flat. So let me know your general thoughts on that. But as you can kind of see from the flow, AI and algos are kind of the big force for today. Nothing really concrete for news, no SEC filings, as I kind of said, and still no analyst ratings. So possibly with the December numbers in a week and a half, I guess, that might be the next true big catalyst for NIO. So let me know, are you taking advantage of these prices, buying? Are you taking advantage and selling? What's your kind of general thoughts on all that? And for those of you that actually can kind of see this, how it's trading right now, this is simply AI, algorithmic trading. This is just back and forth constantly. That is just barcoding, and that is AI. So for those of you that say algorithmic trading isn't a thing, it's happening right now. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. One final thing, pop over to my stacked account if you're looking for some solid on-point buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades, many of which have been absolutely on point. And I actually, for this upcoming weekend, I am reducing the price on my buy signals down to $20 a month. And so if you do get in, your price will never increase whatsoever. Currently have 99 members right now under that tier, but I just launched this roughly around a couple weeks back. So definitely take advantage of this promotion while you can. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.